This Torah class is brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.
Okay, the closing moments of Tish B'Av. A few selected thoughts. Firstly, we know that one of the halachas of Tish B'Av is we're not permitted to learn Torah on Tish B'Av. The simple reason is Pikudei Hashem Yisharim Mesamchei Lev. The mitzvahs of Hashem are just, they gladden the heart. So we're not supposed to be happy on Tish B'Av. Pikudei Hashem Yisharim Mesamchei Lev. I want to share with you another approach for the prohibition of learning Torah on Tish B'Av. It just occurred to me before Mincha. In today's Kriyas HaTorah, we read about the aftermath of the Chet HaEgel, where Moshe Rabbeinu is trying to save Klal Yisrael, and he invokes the Midos Harachamim. How many Midos Harachamim does he invoke? All 13. Hashem, Hashem, Kel Racham V'chanon Erech Apayim Rav Chesed V'emes, Noitzeh Chesed Lo'afim, Noisei Avon V'fesh V'chata V'nakeh. If you're listening to Torah Anytime while I'm giving Shiur, at least you're listening to me. That's good.
Just testing to see if it actually works.
Oh. But don't listen to someone else while I'm giving Shiur.
My fault.
So Moshe Rabbeinu invokes all Yud Gimel Midos Harachamim. Interestingly, in the aftermath of the Chet HaMeraglim, in Parsha Shlach, Moshe Rabbeinu also invokes the Midos Harachamim, but then he only invokes 9 of the Midos Harachamim. Did you notice that? In Parsha Shlach, Moshe Rabbeinu invokes 9 of the Midos Harachamim. So he invokes 9 in Shlach by the Meraglim, and all 13 by the Chet HaEgel. Says the Arizal, that if you wanted to know what are the 3 weeks, the 3 weeks are a composite of the distance that we created between us and Hashem due to 2 sins, the Chet HaEgel and the Chet HaMeraglim. When did we sin with the Egel? On Shivas B'Tammuz. How many days in Tammuz are there corresponding to the Chet HaEgel? 13, from Yud Zayin until the end of the month. So since the Chet HaEgel created 13 days of separation, so Moshe Rabbeinu in the aftermath of the Egel invokes 13 of the Midos Harachamim. However, Tish B'Av is because of which sin? The Chet HaMeraglim. The Chet HaMeraglim was on Tish B'Av. How many days in Av correspond to the Chet HaMeraglim? 9 days. So therefore, in the response to the Chet HaMeraglim, Moshe Rabbeinu mentions 9 of the Midos Harachamim. So you have 13 Midos Harachamim in the month of Tammuz, corresponding to the 13 days in Tammuz, and 9 of the Midos Harachamim for the Chet HaMeraglim, corresponding to the 9 days of Av. So once we finish these 22 days, 13 days for the Chet HaEgel, starting in Shavas B'Tammuz, 9 days for the Chet HaMeraglim, because of Tish B'Av, we're not in a good place. When did this whole distancing begin? On Shavas B'Tammuz. What was Moshe Rabbeinu doing on that day? He was coming down to give the Torah to the Jewish people. Now, when Hashem gave us the Torah, what was that analogous to? It was a marriage. Hashem's a chasan. We're the kala. Hashem was marrying the Jewish people. Hashem was mekadesh amo Yisrael al yidei chuppah v'kiddushin. Hashem was marrying us. What were we doing at the chuppah? You heard the story? You heard? I was at a wedding in Williamsburg, and the chasan was about to give the ring to the kala, and they're looking, where's the kala? Where's the kala? She's not there. Where was she? Was being mezana. No, it's a fake story. No kala would ever have the audacity to do that. But we did. We were mezaneh under the chuppah. The Gemara says it explicitly. Aluva kala shezinsa tachas chupasa. The Chet HaEgel is analogous to an act of znus at the wedding. Can you imagine? We're at the wedding, the chassan's looking for us, and we're off doing the Chet HaEgel. What are we supposed to be doing on Tisha B'Av? Hashivenu Hashem Elecha v'Nashuva Chadesh Yamenu Kekadem. We're supposed to somehow recreate this relationship as if nothing ever happened. So we have an old, tried and tested formula in every Jewish marriage where in the Gentile world, they can't even get through a few years. Why? because they never learned the secret of Taras HaMishpacha. So we have an idea that in Jewish marriage, there's certain times that husband and wife are forbidden to engage. Why? So Chazal say, in order to recreate the chiba like the night of the chuppah. That's the rationale for Taras HaMishpacha. In order to recreate the chiba kalel hachuppah. So we have a big job right now. The job is, we married Hashem and we blew it. So somehow we have to recreate this thing. So the tried and tested way to recreate a relationship is if there are times of that the relationship is forbidden, afterwards it reinvigorates the relationship. So this is what we're doing on Tish B'Av. On Tish B'Av, we cannot engage with the Torah. The Torah is our wife. Torah tziva lanu Moshe, Ma'irasha, Tikir Marshala Ma'irasa. We're not allowed to learn Torah on Tish B'Av. So that what? As soon as Tish B'Av is over, our love for HaKadosh Baruch Hu is as great as the first night of Shavuos, and we're going back to the beginning. So friends, what are you going to do the first thing when you get home and the fast is over at 8:54? What's the first thing you're going to do? I'll tell you what the first thing you're going to do. It's not the coffee. It's not the cake. You got to learn something. You were usher to your kala the whole day. And the whole reason is to reinvigorate the relationship. So at least could you give it a minute? You haven't learned a word the whole day. We're not learning now. We're not allowed to learn. We can't learn now. We've been forbidden to our kala the whole day. The first thing you're going to do when you get home, your wife's going to say, here, I made you... What did your wife make you? What are you having tonight? Nothing? You don't even eat tonight. Eggs, right. An omelet. Tomatoes in it? What do they put in the omelet? Nothing. Plain cheese. She says it's going to get hot. No, 1 minute. 1 minute, I have to learn something for 1 minute. And if you want, you could even give it 2 minutes. You could give it 2 minutes. To 8:56, nothing will happen to you. You're not going to feel well tomorrow regardless. Hopefully you will. Before, I once met a Yid from Eretz Yisrael. He told me he was a student of Rabbi Ovadiah Yosef. He said, the moment Tish B'Av was over, Rabbi Ovadiah ran to the Gemara like you'd be in a desert, and all of a sudden, after 3 days, you saw a pool of water, and you ran to the water like this was going to keep you alive. That's how Rabbi Ovadiah ran to the Gemara Matzai Tish B'Av. So that's the first thing, first order of duty. Tonight, the fast is over. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to break your fast. You've been fasting the whole day on learning. So you got to break your fast. If you want something to eat, you can get something to eat also. No problem. Okay, that's our first... that's the official cue. The official cue. Right. Yeah. Okay.
You've just experienced another Torah class brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.